What's going on, guys? Back with another video. In today's video, I kind of wanted to do something just a little bit different. Kind of wanted to make a practical video for you guys. Just go over some tips for something in like a real life sense. Going over some weight loss tips that I use. By no means am I a dietitian or a personal trainer or anything like that. But I'm just gonna go over things that help me. They might not be things you typically think of or things that might be odd or stuff that people say not to do or you should do. I'm just going personally what helped me. So if you don't agree with any of these tips, understandable, because everybody's different, but I'm just going over what helped me. And if this sounds like something that might work for you, then great. So without further ado, let's get into it and I'll start going over them. So I think the first thing that I can think of that comes to my mind is exercise. And I know obviously everyone knows you need to exercise when you're trying to lose weight or get healthy or whatever, but for me, I think the biggest thing was just incorporating it, not being religious about it, but being consistent about it, is what really, really helped me get to where I wanted to be. I think a big thing that helped me was having a plan and sticking to it. So pretty much every week I would try to lift at least 3 days a week. That's what I would stick to, or what I still stick to. I do that, and trying to get 10,000 steps in at least 5 days a week. And those 10,000 steps can either come from simply walking or running. I kind of like to incorporate the two, but 10,000 steps is not a lot of steps every day, guys. It's really simple to do. Obviously, if you aren't used to it, you're going to have to build up to it and get to it. But once you get it, it's like clockwork. Very, very easy. And once you get to where you can do that consistently and just be on a consistent plan to where it doesn't have to be a lot every week, but something consistently over time, that builds up. Consistency is key. And yeah, that's kind of the point I wanted to make with this tip, was just be consistent, have a plan with your exercise, and stick to it. Don't skip. Skipping weeks, if you go for 5 days in a row for 2 weeks and not go for 2 months, going 2 days a week for 6 months is way better than doing that. You just got to be consistent. That's where you're going to see the most results. So that's all for that tip, and we'll go on to the next. So for me, something that helped me a lot was fasting. When I first discovered fasting, it really did change the way I thought about food. It made me realize that, in my opinion, this is my opinion, that the 3 meals a day is, I feel like it's such a scam and such a way of the corporations tricked us into thinking we need to eat all these meals a day to be healthy. That's just not the case. In the same breath, however, I'm going to say that I'm not against having multiple meals a day. I still eat multiple meals a day. But some days I just choose to, wake up, don't eat anything, and then just eat dinner. And that's it. Eat like a really nice, healthy, big dinner, and I'm good. Like, you're not going to die if you don't eat, 3 meals a day. I think that's just such a myth. Obviously, people have health conditions where they do have to eat multiple times a day. I'm not saying don't do that. Definitely discuss with a healthcare professional before you do that. But if you're able to and do it, I would definitely try fasting, even if it's, you're fasting for 16 hours, like the typical 16 hours, then going to 8. I think that's really, really good start. That's what I usually did. I still do that sometimes too. I'll even fast for, whatever, 16 hours, 17 hours, and I'll eat like a meal, and then I'll eat another meal, maybe 2 meals during the day instead of 3. But I think it's just really good for regulating a lot of, hormonal things in the body. Make it so our body's blood sugars and is under control. Just really, really regulating a lot of things in the body that can make us healthy and obviously lose weight. So yeah, fasting. Definitely recommend fasting. Alright guys, the next tip I have for you is knowing what you're eating. For me, I feel I do the best when I eat a low carb diet. I feel like that's when I lose the most weight and feel my best. What's helped me a lot was eliminating a lot of the processed refined carbs like bread, pasta, stuff like that. I do alright on rice, but even then, if I can eliminate most of it and kind of go to more of a keto, carnivore kind of diet, I feel like I feel my best and am able to lose a lot of weight quickly. And that's still staying within, my normal calories. But usually if I'm doing that, I really don't count calories, and it works for me. What I like to do in a perfect world, and that's the thing, guys, you got to realize we don't live in a perfect world, or else we'd all be perfect. Stuff's going to come up where your diet's going to get thrown off, and this, and that. Like, just part of life. But I think if you can maintain, like I said before, the consistency, I think that's key. But for me personally, in a perfect world, when I'm like, on my game and doing what I feel works the best for me and stuff, I eat a lot of, high protein. So like I'm a big supporter of ground beef, eggs, chicken, even though chicken's really not my first choice, but I'll eat a lot of chicken. I like, ground sausage is good. Stuff like that. That's like a very, very high protein. A lot. Not a lot of dairy, but throw some cheese in there maybe. Some low calorie sauces, like yeah, and I can get a lot of hot sauce that's says it's 0 calories. But yeah, I use a lot of that. Sour cream, I like that. That would work. So obviously sour cream is a little bit higher calories, but obviously low carb, but low carb works the best for me. But the thing is, guys, you have to know what works for you and stick to it. So that's not me telling you a specific diet. I'm just saying that works for me personally. But that's the thing, you got to find what sticks for you, and if you're getting results to it, you have to stick to it. Obviously going back, like we said 1,000 times, consistency, consistency, consistency. So that's all I'm going to say on the diet part of this. All right, for number 2, I'm going to go with something that a lot of people don't, and these are not in any specific order. These are just 5 things that I could think of that really help me. But number 2 is being around people that are like-minded in your beliefs and what you do. Obviously, it doesn't have to be the same workout or same diet routines. You're having people that are on the same path as you and want to be healthy and want to get healthier. I think being around friends that doesn't mean you can't be their friends, but being around people who can persuade you to do things you really wouldn't want to do that day. So, for example, you might be around people that always want to go out to eat or get food or do this or do that. I think putting yourself in position to succeed is definitely a really, really good point. I think that getting in the certain scenarios or places where you're going to be successful and not allowing you to be in yourself, or you're going to be easily persuaded to go off the path you're on, not being able to put yourself in the position to win is what I'm trying to say. Allow yourself to be in places where you can be successful, where your mind's not gonna go weak, and you're not gonna go back to old habits you're trying to break. So that'd be my tip number 2. Just put yourself in a position to succeed, no matter what scenario you're in. And tip number 1 is know it's gonna take time. Know that this isn't an overnight thing. It's gonna take time and consistency and dedication. It's something that it's not easy, and I'm not going to tell you it's easy. When it becomes easy is when you have the results, you start to see results, and it inspires you, and you're able to easily know that what you're doing is the right thing. The beginning part, when you're not getting any results, it's not going to be fun, but you have to have the faith and stick to the plan that you set out to have. People may try to tell you what you're doing is wrong, or there's a better way to do it, or this and that, but your plan, stick to your plan, and know that it's going to take time, and when those results come, it's going to be amazing, and everything you did was worth it. And yeah, don't let anyone tell you what you're doing is the wrong way to do things. Everyone's a critic. Everyone thinks they know best, and that's why this video I'm referring to it as what helped me personally. Not telling you that this is the right way to do it. This is just what helped me, become healthier. By no means am I I'm not a bodybuilder. I don't have a 6-pack, but I do care about my health, and these are just things that have helped me become healthier as a person. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of a different video. I kind of wanted to make a more practical sense video, just something that a lot of people, deal with, or, want to get into, or just looking things. But this is what I do. These are some of the things that I just keep in mind when I'm trying to be healthier or lose weight. So even if you're not trying to lose weight, these are really good tips just to maintain a healthier lifestyle. So with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this kind of a different video. So yeah, hopefully you guys all have a great day, and take it easy.